What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Kinetic Outcome, and we got
It's your boy DILN.
season 1 is actually with musicians, people doing music in Hong Kong, rapper, artists, whatsoever, mainly in English division, but I would still interview a few if there's opportunities. Anyway, let's begin with DILN. So with the list here, it says introduction. So what's up, man?
What's up, everybody? My name is DILN. So a little bit about myself. I was actually born in Vancouver, but I lived most of my life in Hong Kong. So I'm an artist, I rap and I sing. Been doing this for like, I would say messing around with it for 4 years, but professionally really getting to it for the past 2 years now. Yeah.
Okay. How did you get into it though? Like story-wise, like the process.
Right. So for me, how I really got into it was in Canada. It was in high school. We had a project once for English where we needed to make like a sound audio for a book that we read. And so for some reason, my friend who was a DJ at that time, his dad was also a musician. So, he had the whole recording system at home, and my first time being exposed to that, I was very fascinated. So from there, my love for music really started growing. But then just a year after, unfortunately, I had to come back to Hong Kong. And that's where, I was like, I want to continue doing the music thing. And, we had already individuals like, Saint Hector, a few other individuals already doing it. The problem was that I didn't, wasn't too close with them at that time. So I was like, all right, I want to start from basic. I want to learn everything. So, really started mixing, started learning everything from the, from the ground up, from YouTube videos, and from slowly it's been building up to where it is now. Yeah.
Okay, just so you know, I gave you the middle finger when we said we weren't close.
For sure, because I was in Canada for the 3 years, so that's why. I was in Canada for 3 years, so it's like, I don't want to sound like it, Az just comes back and say like, yo bro, I need your help for music.
No, it's all good. We're just squaring around.
Yeah, that's true though.
Well, next thing is like, what are the rewards and challenges in the process, in your personal view? Like, what do you struggle on, or what's the best experience so far, by far, like today, that we're going to end 2017 and 1 day from now? And this should be posted in 2018.
That's weird. I really appreciate that question. I think the best thing, most rewarding thing is when you can actually have that idea, because in music, it's like another art form. It all starts with an idea, a concept, and then, slowly start putting the lyrics in, the beat comes in, and starts, when everything comes together as an end product and manifests to actually as a product that can actually be shared and be all around the world. I think that's the most rewarding thing, because I feel like music is one of the very few art forms that can really be there forever. You know what I mean? So but the most challenging thing though, I believe, it's the fact that when you start with, a lot of people will not take it seriously, especially in Hong Kong, because this is not one of the places that's really known around the world for music. So when you start up with, a lot of people will just think that it's a hobby. So the trouble comes in is when your motivation can be questioned at times, where you feel like alone at times, because there are some problems where your skills might not be there yet. You have to work maybe like 2-3 overnights just to make sure the project sounds nice. So yeah, the hustle. So the hustle is one of the most hardest thing, but at the same time, most rewarding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what would you, if anything, would like to suggest or address to everyone else who are into the hip-hop culture, not limited to just Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Probably future viewers from around the world.
Never give up. Keep on working on your craft. One thing for sure is that what I've learned most is that your own audience might not only, don't limit them to only in your own city. You might have fans, because now the beauty of this 2017 especially, these past few years, is the booming of internet. So by sharing contents on videos can be viewed by different viewers around the world. So if you and we got different style for hip-hop. We got different rap styles, different beats, old school, new school, whichever your style is. Don't give up, keep working on it, and one day it's gonna manifest and you'll be where you deserve to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, like, in order for viewers as well to like nitpick a few suggestions and ideas we could talk about here, like what do you think, if you had a few like bullet points that you think would be great advice for people that are going through the process of what we both are going through as well?
Yeah,
the journey. Like tips
right.
and tricks, or if there's anything we could give out.
For sure, one of the things like try connecting. I mean, like more practical things is that connect with different artists. Connect with people around you, improving your craft.
Personally, it's more like I've been doing this for 13 years,
Yeah.
swaying left and right, bat here, hit the bat there, try this, don't work out. And you know what would be best for us to give as an opportunity for younger ones who are possibly watching this to take directions that we took that would be more effective than them going back to what we tried that did not work.
Right.
You don't have to reveal all your tips and tricks, but if there's
Yeah.
a few that you'd like to like point out, then that would be great.
To where I'm at now, like what they can do to really to get where
Yeah,
I'm.
like
Okay,
for
got it.
example, with me, I would advise them to make sure there's consistency, and you always need to create.
Got it.
Because
I see
right
what-
now, for example, I had experience working in the toy industry. You have to keep creating new toys in order to keep selling. Unless you're an iconic toy,
see what
that's
you
the
mean.
Rubik's, or even M&M as well. Like, of course, he's shit's selling, his products selling. Shout out, but he has to keep making new, and you have to stay relevant, right?
Word.
So, a lot of artists that I've met throughout the years, especially here, not to offend anybody, is lack of consistency, lack of content, and what's going on. Because once you have the interest and attention of an audience, you're going to need to keep feeding that audience, because if you're not consistent, that audience will go elsewhere.
Word, I
like
see what your
if
question
like I posted like something dope this week, and it's been like 2 months and I haven't posted anything, not even vlogs or documenting anything, and you've been posting like 20, 30, 40 videos in a span of 2 months killing me, everyone's going to move to you. That's what I'm talking about.
Word. All right, cool. Let's get back to the question. All right, now I see what you mean. I think that in that case, one of the few things that really will help a lot, first is that have a game plan. Because the thing is, you have to think about like for the coming 3 months, how many music videos you want to drop. When is your next album? If you're working on an album, when is your next single? Do you want to drop? One thing for sure is that consistency is the major. You know what I mean? And at the same time, it's also how do you keep improving the quality? One thing I feel like a lot of people in Hong Kong or around the world will struggle is the fact that I don't have enough time. Oh, I'm working right now. I'm studying right now. I don't have enough time, man. I only have once a week or just 1 day off or 2 day off a week. Just want to say no one will have enough time, but if this is something that you do love, always make time for it. That's a major key to success. And second thing is also try different genres. You might start off with listening to maybe specific artists. Try exploring different artists, because as your skills grow, you will even surprise yourself what you can actually be capable of. So try different genres, try different things, and most importantly, adapt what really suits you and try to come up with your own sound, and vibe with it, have fun. That's the major thing.
What about like sound that people would look forward to, that you'll
Right.
be working on, like your style?
Yeah, all right. My style is mainly audience can expect, like it's my style can range from really turn up sounds, really like party songs, to really slow R&B, to mixture of like both. Because like for me, like I look myself as like both singing and rapping at the same time, and I feel more like most of the songs that I really look up to are like always consisting of both in a song. And so definitely like audience can expect raps, singing, and at the same time both in some tracks. So got a lot of story coming up.
Cool. I'll
Yeah.
be looking forward.
Appreciate it.
Who do you look up to most in terms of people who've gone professional, or you could also talk about in Hong Kong itself?
Yeah.
Or it doesn't have to be just fully musicians. You can also talk about other people out of that category.
Right. The interesting thing is that I listen to all different genres for artists because I feel like the beauty of music, it lies in like all different, inspiration can come from different artists. And few of the people that I really look up to, one of them for sure, it's Russ. Russ is one of the individuals who actually started, the whole music thing from himself. He mixes, masters, I believe, like produces, rap, sings, all that by himself. And he started, the struggle was that, he did it for a few years. You know, no one really enjoyed his music. No one really paid much attention, to a point where he started dropping each song each week, consistently for, I believe a year or two. So he dropped out like, I think 800 songs. Then people started really, you know, I think slowly everything coming in. Now it's traveling, world tour, sold out shows. So definitely one of the artists that I really look up to. Second is like few artists that I feel like definitely in terms of music that brought a different sound to it. Not to sound overrated, but definitely Drake is one of them. You know, how he, in a generation, in an era of like where there's different sounds already, he managed to kind of bring up like his own unique sound. And so I feel like, yeah.
And he attacked all angles.
There you go. You know, so he's one of the guys who can also rap and sing. And I feel like I look at one of these greatest people, and I just like, there is, you know, that's one of the things that I really see shifting, is that, you know, the audience don't really like narrow it down to, okay, I only listen to hip hop, I only listen to singing. As long as, you know, things that come together beautifully, people always want to hear something different. And so that's what I'm trying to do. A few other artists that I really look up to, for sure. I believe his name is Six Black. So that's one of the artists. Definitely really cool vibes. And there's more slow R&B type, good stuff too. And for sure, for lyrically, Kendrick Lamar. You know, I mean, these individuals, obviously definitely mainstream, but it's how they, while being mainstream, still have their own art coming out straight. You know, and I feel like that's what sets an artist apart from successful to underground. Yeah, so that's what's up.
Okay. And next is, how do you deal with this ocean of critics and non-supporters?
Right, yeah.
Like, how does that affect you, or does it not? Like, I just want to know your point of view.
Word. Honestly, like, when I first started, it was my closest ones, actually. The friends, best friends, they're like, I don't think, you know, you should do this. You should, you know, because like a few years back, I was actually going for dentistry. It's totally off from where I am now, you know, but
hey, you can
a dentist,
be an expert with grills and shit.
There you go. So like, you know, for sure, I believe like one thing, personal development is very important too. Definitely, like, you know, this is off the rap topic for a while, but definitely read books. Read, like, you know, you gotta develop your mind, because the thing is, negativity, it will be all around you. You know, and people are more attracted to negative than positivity, and that's because there's so much negativity around. There's always going to be more stories of people that didn't make it compared to the stories of successful people who made it. So, you know, I believe like if you want to be part, you know, where you want to be, you got to study the people who've been there. So one of the things, these are not my own words, you know, one of the few words from these books I learned was like, you know, haters does not really, I mean, like haters or naysayers or like non-believers, they are not there forever. You know what I mean? They are not gonna be negative towards you forever. You know what I mean? So as long as you're consistent, as long as you keep improving, you know, they will always, there'll be a day where they start appreciating your work. And second thing is always like, no matter how, I mean, this surprises me, you know, Michael Jackson, one of the most well-known artists around the world, no doubts, still got people not appreciating his music. So, you know, as an artist, it's just like, you know, if someone so great, unbelievable with what he's accomplished, can still have people saying, oh, he's not good, you know, he's not, he doesn't deserve, or, you know, whatever, naysayers. I believe, like, you know, who am I as just a upcoming, you know, a growing artist in a process to say that, oh, you know, I won't get any haters. So understand that you will have haters no matter how far you go down the line. Some of them will support you, but at the same time, always know that their words does not define what you believe in. So always make sure your belief level is high. Keep working, and, you know, at the end, it's where you want to be, you know, and they're not gonna really pay your bills to be there. So, you know, you gotta take care of your own self, and as long as you got few people, or even yourself, believing in yourself, boom, you're gonna do great things.
So,
yeah.
What's your plans for 2018, or did it reach 19?
Right. Oh, damn. No. Yeah. Actually, so far I just made a plan for 2018. Definitely, like, I'm trying to, like, you know, slowly understanding, you know, where my market is. So definitely trying to expand out of Hong Kong, because, you know, I'm an artist from Hong Kong. I'm expanding to hopefully India is one of the markets. US is one of the markets. Definitely Asia is one of the markets too. and slowly the coming plan is to probably keep dropping songs, like, at least 2 songs or 1 song a month. That's the minimum bar I've set for myself. Music videos, at least, hopefully I can do 4 to 5, and hopefully start, definitely more performance in Hong Kong, but hopefully also start touring to at least some places, and that's the aim. And for some people watching this might be like, whoa, that the goals sound too big, sounds crazy. I don't think that's possible, but again, what's the point of having goals if they're not big enough? They don't scare you, right? So that's what's the plan. Yeah.
Cool.
So one thing for sure, I feel like, well, should we talk about Hong Kong, or should we just talk about keeping
Well,
it
you can do Hong Kong in general, but
cool, yeah.
it would be great as long as it can be a tip to global
for sure.
scale.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like social media, don't underestimate the power of social media. I see a lot of, I learned in a hard way for sure. I mean, like, I didn't come into this whole music field, having everything perfected or something, but slowly, as what I've learned is that always try to make sure, social media, you're being exposed as many platforms as possible. If you have SoundCloud, make sure you have YouTube too. You have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. These things are connected, because nowadays you have no idea. Obviously there's Spotify, different iTunes Music, different stuff. You have no idea from where the artist, the audience is going to be listening from, which platform it's more popular in their country. So make sure different platforms you're being exposed to it, and always remember, sometimes in order to get the best out of the music, investment wise, always be ready to invest in it too, because there are things, obviously you can get found, if you're lucky, or if you're fortunate enough, you can be found just from one song, by like the audience, or by even like the music industry. But most of the artists, I would say, it takes time to really keep piling the skills, the songs, and the audience. So always make sure, keep going, never give up, and be consistent. Have your social medias up, try different genres, and yeah, that's what the main few, and that's what's up.
I think one of these main points is, you want something, no excuses.
Word.
No sleep, got shit done, great. No sleep, excuse, bad.
Word.
I guess that's just how I have to put it throughout the years I've been doing this as well. And if that's all we have to talk about, then I guess we're about to wrap it up. This is DILN, everybody.
What's up?
And SEF again. And
Thanks
you
so much
are
for your time.
watching Kinetic Outcome. Shout outs to HQ.